Welcome to NTD Canada Weekly News. I'm Don Ma. Let's get into this week's topics. The world is reeling from the pandemic. Countries large and small are feeling the effects with supply chains broken and citizens losing their jobs and worse, dying. And inflation is out of control. Canada is no different. Many people are wondering just how serious this state of affairs is. How much longer will we have to put up with this? Or is it here to stay? What should we do about it? Can we do anything about it? Please watch our special report. Kim Crampton, a housewife in Ottawa, noticed that almost every time she goes to the grocery store, everything is getting more and more expensive. And she is really feeling the pinch.
Yes, there's definitely an increase in price, especially in groceries. I haven't been out Christmas shopping yet, but I imagine that everything will be also increased in price. So it's very hard for a family to keep up with all the increased prices when incomes aren't going up.
In order to try to take care of her children and save money, Crampton has changed the way she shops.
Well, I've definitely changed how I cook and what I'm buying. I mean, there's definitely less meat. I only buy stuff on sale, like across the board, only on sale. But I have got 2 teenage boys, so it's very difficult because they're always hungry.
Crampton's story may just be a microcosm of the average Canadian family. A poll by Angus Reid shows that 45% of Canadians find it difficult or very difficult to raise their families, and that percentage is as high as 92% among low-income households. Statistics Canada announced that inflation in September was 4.4%, the highest level in 18 years. The increase in transportation, food, and housing costs have had the greatest impact on prices. Data released by StatCan showed that gasoline prices rose by nearly 33% over the year, and new car prices rose by 7.2%. StatCan explained the global semiconductor chip shortage, leading to limited supplies, contributed to higher prices in September. The chips help everything from cars to laptops to toasters to function. And limited supply has been a persistent snarl in the supply chains for electronics throughout the pandemic. It has caused rolling layoffs in the auto industry. Almost all food prices have risen sharply, especially meat. Chicken prices rose 10% over the year and beef rose 13%. Pork is up more than 9%. This is the fastest rate increase since 2015. Meanwhile, homeowners' replacement costs continue to rise at the fastest rate in 30 years. The only spot of relief right now is fresh vegetables, which are 3.2% cheaper over the year. Better Chart Analytics, a Saskatoon-based grocery price comparison site, monitors prices right across the board in Canada on a daily basis. It has a slightly different view of food inflation than Stat Canada. Melanie Morrison, the company's CEO, told the Toronto Star that the price of 454 grams of butter has risen 5.9% over the year, according to StatCan. Our data indicates the real rate of butter price inflation over the past year has been 19.8% on average across Canada. Morrison also said StatCan data shows that in September 2020, the average price of 500 grams of peanut butter was $2.69. By September 2021, it had risen to $2.82. Morrison says, "I don't see this in my data. We see a range from $3.39 to $5.59 in the current price. And at the highest, we see up to $9.99. Melanie Morrison says, "I'm concerned about the validity of quite a lot of this data." Some food container sizes were not accurately reflected, Morrison pointed out, meaning the amount of food available at that price may have been reduced. For example, evaporated milk is tracked by StatCan at 385 millimeters per can, but that size is no longer available in Canadian grocery stores. Morrison says it's now sold in 354 millimeter cans. The cans have shrunk. Morrison discussed the issue with Professor Sylvain Charlebois, director of the Agri-Food Analysis Laboratory at Dalhousie University. In comments published in September 22nd, Charlebois said, "The CPI is likely accurate about many aspects of our economy. Durable goods, automobiles, energy, lodging, the list is quite comprehensive. He believes that the problem with StatCan's tracking of food prices may be that it relies too heavily on 3 national grocery chains. Charlebois says currently Statistics Canada could be underestimating the food inflation rate by at least 1.5%, if not more. Statistics Canada's Heidi Erdl told the Toronto Star that Charlebois' criticism is unfair. However, she also acknowledged that Statistics Canada may not be getting enough data. She added, "We're close to reaching an arrangement with a 4th chain. We're trying to cover nationwide." Industry insiders have also observed that food and consumer prices have indeed skyrocketed since the outbreak. Ron Foxcroft, founder and CEO of Fox 40 International and CEO and chairman of the Fluke Transportation Group, told the Epoch Times that prices for essential items such as food, toilet paper, medicine, home building materials, and gasoline are expected to rise by at least 20% in Canada because of supply chain challenges. Foxcroft says, "Fluke delivers to all grocery stores, all big box stores, and we truck things like toilet paper, sanitizer, and so on. When the pandemic started, we were trucking 25 loads a day of toilet paper, and they tell me that since March 2020 to today, toilet paper costs have gone up 20%. Charlebois agrees that food prices are not going down anytime soon. Sylvain Charlebois says we're in the 2nd inning of a 9-inning game, or at the very beginning. So how long will this inflation last, and how do we deal with this crisis? Please look out for our continued reporting on this very important topic in follow-up reports. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.